Yeah, here we go again. Sorry, man, again.
Here we go again for the second time. But yes, finally, Nico Hülkenberg finishing with the podium. Man,
We
it was a
start
long,
with
long, long
Saba,
time
and we
coming.
can have this whole podcast that's dedicated to Nico Hülkenberg, man. That was epic, epic stuff. Again, like
Right.
they kept showing us a graphic 239 races and 0 podium,
Yes.
239 race starts and 0 podium. But that's the streak you don't want, and he broke that streak, and
Right.
that too so beautifully, man. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Yes, I'll mention that again. That I was watching Drive to Survive, and like one of the episode, they were showing Nico almost missed a podium, and that too was in Silverstone. So I was like, ये पूरे रेस में ना ऑलमोस्ट एंड पे आते आते मैं ऐसे ही कर रहा था कि प्लीज प्लीज कोई मिस्टेक मत करना, इट्स रेनिंग, प्लीज कोई मिस्टेक मत करना.
Yeah, I mean,
And yeah,
Hamilton was right there, and his timings were way faster than Nico, right? So even before the
Right.
pit stop, last one, but so it was
Yes.
clearly a Hamilton podium. But man, like the whole energy, everything, it came together, and that too in a Sauber, man. That's the craziest
Yes,
part
yes,
of
yes,
this
yes.
whole story.
Man,
Like,
सच में
apologies to
like अंधा पे
Sauber.
सोड़ आ रहे, अंधा पे सोड़ आ रहे.
Apologies to Saba for making fun of them last year. We kept calling them the Billboard team, whose
Billboard
only
team.
role was just to give ads of the sponsor.
Yes.
But this time, man, absolutely
Right.
amazing. This is crazy.
Yes, they are P6 in constructor, man. That's crazy.
Story of the week, story of the
Yes,
whole
and
season.
P9 driver standing for Nico Hülkenberg as well. 37 points, man, which is huge.
I repeat,
It's amazing,
in a
man.
Saba, man, in a kick Saba.
In a sub.
That's crazy shit.
Yes. Yeah. जितना बोलेंगे उतना कम है ना आज के लिए, तो निको के लिए.
हाँ वही, it's like repeat, man. Like, this is epic stuff. Agar if he would have retired without a podium, it would have been terrible for the sport, man. This is absolutely amazing.
Right.
I mean, everybody was hoping for a Hamilton podium. The whole crowd, like that, it was his home race, and everybody wanted him to be on the podium. But I'm 100% sure nobody mind this result. Like, if anyone
Yes.
deserved that podium more than Hamilton, it was Nico. And
Was Nico? Yes.
oh my god,
long time coming, man. Finally.
finally.
It's really happy यार. ऐस कुछ भी ऐसा like कोई bottom से ऐसा perform करता है, अच्छा ही लगता है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about both the McLaren's. Just a bit sad for Mr. PS3. Like, even though he
Yeah.
was winning the race, had a 10-second penalty. Of course, it was his mistake. But yes, what's your thought about Lando and PS3?
Yeah, I mean, man, the fight is getting closer and closer, which is amazing for us fans, Like, now it's just 8 points. So,
Yes.
that's amazing for everyone. But again, sad, like, on paper, PSG would have won this race with
Right.
5 seconds. But
Of
the
course.
10-second penalty was a bit too harsh. Like,
Yeah.
he deserved it because it's really unsafe, especially when the weather condition is wet. You can't slow down, it creates safety concerns. But man, this was great, the race. And of course, like, Nico is stealing all the spotlight away from Norris, but for Norris
Of course.
winning in Silverstone, that's a story in
British
itself.
driver, British Grand Prix.
Having his own grandstand,
Amazing.
so that's like,
Yes.
I'm sure the whole grandstand went crazy, man. I
Of course.
wanted to be a part of that energy, even though I'm like supporting PSG in the championship. This is the
Yes.
race where I'm very happy for, definitely
Lando.
definitely.
Yeah. You saw the whole green and yellow crowd when
man.
he was about to finish. It was like everyone was standing up. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I guess
I like this color theme, like green, black, yellowish sort of
It's
thing. It's
beautiful.
really nice.
I'm not sure if
Yes.
you missed it or not. Like, he was waving at the crowd at last, But,
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, that was dangerous. Abhi mat karo, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just keep going.
Even Nico was doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, don't take any risk. Just go for it, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, but it was needed for Norris. 2 back-to-back wins. He needed this after he losing confidence with the contact that he had in Canada with PS3, this was really needed
Yeah.
for him. This like boosts his confidence much more. And now the
Right.
fight is like closer than ever. So it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. They have already, like, I think two more races, and they'll declare that they are the constructor championship. Two or
yeah,
three
yeah,
more races, I think,
yeah.
because it's like
They
almost 200 points cap now.
absolutely, and like after this race, it's like there is no going back. Like they are the constructor champions
Yeah.
for sure because they have shown it again and again in all kinds of tracks, in wet and dry, and every
Right.
condition, every
They are the
temperature. They
fastest.
are the fastest for sure. And it's not just like
Yes.
they are, just one of the driver like in Red Bull era, like only Max was winning. This time both the drivers are winning, so it's
Right.
clearly they are the rocket ships. But
Of course.
that's the good thing as well, that we have a fight between the two drivers in McLaren, and
Two
things are
drivers.
going to
Yes.
get feistier as the race progresses.
Yeah.
Last 3-4 races of the season are going to be the hardest for the team principal of McLaren, because
Yes.
Andrea Stella, he and Zach Brown has to manage these drivers. कोई
Yeah.
number one है ही
Yeah.
नहीं
That's.
इनके.
Yeah, it's funny that way because na usually hota hai ki like if any of the team is actually winning, it's usually one driver who's trying to become a championship. It was with Hamilton and not Bottas. Bottas was always like not able to fight with Hamilton at all. So there was this difference. Max and Perez, we already saw it, right? It was with Leclerc and then Sebastian Vettel and Nico as well at that time earlier. So it's been repeating, and this is like one of the best things.
Yeah, I mean,
So
definitely.
both the
We
drivers
cannot
performing.
forget Hamilton and Nico Rosberg fight. That was
Of course, yes,
absolutely. But we are
OG.
getting
It's
like
been
obviously
it's been a long time.
yeah, but they are not. They were like these drivers. They are not as aggressive as Nico and Hamilton was.
Exactly.
So we are missing that.
Yeah.
But I think it's like no matter what, it's likely to happen as the race progresses. Because इस बार भी we saw
Yeah.
it. Like PS3 came to the radio and he was like, if you
Yeah,
think
he lost
that,
his cool.
yeah, he lost it. That was not cool, man. That was not cool. Again,
Yeah.
I am a PS3 supporter, but like that was not cool. Going to it's
Yeah.
like calling your class teacher कि principal ने जो किया वो ठीक नहीं है, तो please like let me get another chance. You don't do that.
Right.
Even if he was the
Yes.
number one driver between the two, they would not have swapped the car, man. Like that's just crazy to ask,
Yeah.
So they were like 5 laps
Right.
baki hai. If you want to win, you have to just do it on paper.
Yeah. If there's a points like if there's a huge points difference between PS3 and Norris, team would have done that, but right now they are both fighting for championship, so it makes no sense.
I don't think the team cares, man. Like they only care about
Yeah.
the constructor championship, and that's locked up. So now they won't like favor one driver over the other. And I think both of them have it in their contract ki they can't be treated as number 2 driver basically. So,
Right. Yes.
Unless, like,
yeah.
obviously
A
there
very
are-
emotional moment too, right? Did you see that between Lando and his mother?
yeah,
It was why it was quite nice at the very end.
beautiful, man.
That's
Like
there.
the stories are amazing. This is what Formula One
Yes.
is for. Like we are not just watching 20 drivers race fast cars around the
Right.
circuit. It's these emotions and this like story of someone getting a podium from all the way back from the grid, and it's all of those little moments that makes it like more human, like the sport, and more interesting.
Oh my gosh, you're making it pure cinema now.
No, but absolutely, this is
Nice. Yes, let's talk about Ferrari right after that, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. So let's talk about Lewis Hamilton. What do you think? What's going on?
yeah. I mean, he again deserved this podium too, but he like P4 is what he gets. He broke the streak
Yes.
after such a long time, which is really sad.
Yes.
But P4 is not too bad again. Like वो last time भी वही बात हो रही थी हमारी कि now that's the result that we expect from Ferrari to be at least P4
Right.
P5.
But he's
It's
doing
not
amazing,
too
man.
bad.
Last 5 races, P4, P5, P4, P5. I'm like, यही चल रहा है.
Yeah,
No podiums, but
definitely
yeah,
he's
that's
gaining
what's happening with Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely gaining some confidence in the car, which is really good to see. Even this weekend, he was
Right.
flying in the first 2 practice session, and even Q2 mein he topped the timing sheet. Max kahan se aa gaya? Nobody has any idea, but
Oh my
on
gosh.
paper
वो
it
तो-
was
yes.
we all thought that Lewis might get this pole because
Yes,
the crowd definitely adds half a second to his time.
of course.
Yeah.
या FP1 के बाद तो मुझे ये हो रही है, ये क्या हो गया? Giving us
Yeah.
false hopes already. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, just a very sad day for Leclerc, man. Nothing worked out for him, man. Nothing worked out for him today. P14, man. Out of the 15 drivers, P14. It's just so sad for a Ferrari and Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like today Leclerc was driving a Thar instead of a car because he was going off road back to back, taking the car.
Yes, Charles Leclerc in Haryana.
Yeah.
Haryana Grand Prix.
Crazy. But yeah, too
Nice.
sad for Charles. Like he is not doing well in the Ferrari right now. And like last year he had like pretty good hopes. Like Ferrari was nearly, on top of the constructor championship.
Right.
And Leclerc had his amazing moments like winning Monaco and then winning the Italian Grand Prix. So Monza,
Yes.
like that was amazing. So he was hoping this year to, get, if not get better, at least he was not expecting to drop this far, behind.
Right.
So yeah, let's hope like
Yes, the points difference between the both drivers, it's not that huge as well. It's just 16 points. Hamilton is right behind Leclerc. So pretty soon we might see a good fight between these two as well.
Yeah, always good to see.
Yes. Highlight of the day, one more. Max Verstappen.
Yeah, crazy.
Driving like a robot all the way through and then makes a silly, tiny mistakes. Maybe not his fault, maybe the car's fault, but yeah, dropping all the way to P10, P11, I think. Then again, reaching to P5. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's again a difference between, Max Verstappen and any other driver, Like Max Verstappen do make mistakes at times, but other driver, if it were some other driver, they would have, crashed into a wall or something, but it's Max, so he would...
Of course, man. Yes.
He gets it right all the time. Like he would gain back some of the places, he would make up for the loss. Obviously, he won't be able to make up for the complete loss, which is a podium, but again, he drove like very amazing.
Machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And then, the other driver of Red Bull, we cannot talk much about because he's just turning into the second Paris.
Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Nothing to talk about, man. Like, pata nahi kya hi hoga aage jaake. Like, maybe they should swap the driver right now. Obviously, Yuki is not driving in 26. I cannot see him drive next year. So they are already, looking at the option. But let's see. As far, I think instead of Hajar, they can give Arvid the chance.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very tricky name. Arvind.
Yeah, it's like we have to get used to it. Anyway, anytime a new driver comes, like initially it's a bit difficult to.
Of course, yeah, it's a bit difficult. Yeah.
But the more you listen, the more. Anyway,
nice.
So again, sad day for Racing Bull, the other Red Bull team, like both the drivers DNF'd. But this is what's the main difference between rookie drivers and experienced drivers. Yes, we can see it in the rainy weekends because all the drivers who DNF were rookies.
All rookies.
Yeah,
all rookies. Yeah, the 4 DNFs in Colapinto didn't start, so yeah. All 5 rookies didn't do well today, including Kimi Antonelli, man. He was doing good all these weekends, and then just a sad day for Mercedes as well. Since we are talking about Mercedes, let's talk about Russell. Too much behind the scenes drama for Max, Russell, and Mercedes. It's like a 3-way romance going on between these 3. I feel this year's Drive to Survive is going to be much more focused over Max and Russell rivalry.
Yeah, definitely.
I think, of course, is a funny fact. Russell removed his Instagram bio and made change it to F1 racing driver instead of
Yeah,
F1 Mercedes racing driver.
yeah.
So like he's just showing off. Okay, man, who?
Yeah, he's frustrated as well, right? He needs to lock up the contract, even though in the interview he was like, I am sure Mercedes is going to be as loyal to me as I have been to them. But
Yeah,
kahin na kahin he's getting frustrated because his contract is not being signed, So
right.
it's unclear for him right now. And I totally agree with Toto, especially after the qualifying yesterday, Max putting a shit box into pole.
Pole
Any team
position. Yeah,
principal who is not looking at Max Verstappen is just crazy. So he's definitely
yeah,
waiting that wo thoda bhi chance. And it's not just about 2026; it's also about 2027 and like the season ahead.
right.
But on paper, Mercedes might be the fastest car next year, so that's why. And lot of unknown with Ford. So, pata nahi Max
Yeah.
kya karega. But on the other hand, like the whole Red
Hmm.
Bull team is built around him, even though it's kind of crumbling, but we can see it right now. The second seat is shit, but Max still performs well in that car because
Yeah,
it's completely built around him, and he wants that support
right.
from the team, which I'm not sure if Mercedes would be able to provide him because, again, the whole corporate thing, and
Yes,
it's
of
a way
course.
we do
Too
not
many
go.
legalities behind the scenes.
Yeah, but
So yeah, that's there for Mercedes, right? Sneaking in more points, we have Pierre Gasly after a long time finally finishing like in points, and that took good points, 8 points for him. I'm just happy for Pierre Gasly always.
yeah, he put
Uh,
the car in Q1 and
revenge,
Q3.
yes.
Yeah,
So that's there. Pretty nice and clean drive. He did sneak in last lap overtake against Lance Stroll. So
yeah,
no one noticed it, but yeah, he did.
yeah,
Last lap, man, that's crazy. Everyone was so busy with Nico, Lando, and Piastri.
yeah, I do.
Everyone missed out on Pierre Gasly.
Of course.
But yes, that's amazing. The other cow didn't participate at all. So yes, pretty decent weekend for LP. And yes, let's talk about Aston Martins. We have P7 and P9, Stroll and Alonso.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's causing this change?
I mean, Stroll was the podium contender at one point. Like he should have been
Yeah,
where Nico was, but pata nahi kya hua,
right.
everything went against him. But I mean, it was driver's mistake. It was strategy call. It was the car, sab kuch. But again, Sauber, Nico won in a kick. Sauber. Like I'm still wrapping my head around that thing. But crazy, man. Like I also was expecting Alonso to be up there because it's been a long time since
Right.
he has had a podium. But अगर हमारा चले तो वही करेंगे, like let the two
Grid
McLaren's
पूरी
crash
punish
and then
हो
have Nico and Alonso and
other
everyone else
drivers, yeah.
up there.
Yeah, Albon
Yeah.
signs up there.
सही है, but
That would be
नहीं,
nice.
it's a great time.
Adrian Newey, man, it's all about Adrian Newey making
Yeah.
big changes in Aston Martin. They are doing good. The trajectory is going upwards for them. So of course, Adrian is helping them out.
Exactly. So Max should not rule out Aston Martin at all. Like there is hope
Right,
there as well. And Adrian Newey might
of
be the
course,
reason why he would move back to move to
possibly.
Aston Martin basically. So there is that.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, again, I wanted to talk about F1 in general because of this reason. It's not just about 20 cars driving around the circuit. It's
Yes.
about these little moments that makes it so special. Lando winning his home race, Nico gaining a
आंसू आ
podium.
रहे हैं भाई मेरे आंसू आ रहे हैं रहने दो तू.
I mean, seriously, this makes up for it. Like you are not watching the
Yeah.
race just because of the timing and all of that. Last May, we discussed earlier, you mentioned that Lando was crying, like he hugged his mom, and like there was this
Mom,
emotional
yes.
moment happening there. So, and even last year, Lewis, man, that was so emotional. Lewis winning in Silverstone. So these are the moments we watch F1 for, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes, pretty emotional talk from Mr. Pruthvi. We have Haas right after that at P11 and P13.
Yeah.
Amazing and like very synchronized crash for
Oh my
Behrman
god.
and Ocon.
That
It
was
was
so
synced.
funny. I wanted F1 TV crew to put some music there because it was so dramatic. Both the Has car going at the same speed at the same angle. Oh my god, it
Yes.
was just
Yeah,
beautiful. I
we'll have
wanted
to
to
put
keep it in
some
slow
pictures up
mo.
here.
Yeah, I would want it in slow mo and put on some music. It's so funny.
Right. Yes, yeah, that's there, and then we have Mr. Albon. We missed out on him. He scored P8, put 4 points for Williams, and P12 for Carlos Sainz. Just not there with the grid. Sainz is not able to cope up with the other drivers and in the new setup of the car, of course. But do you think his future is a bit uncertain with Williams now,
I
or
think
is
it
she? Is,
depends on his mentality because obviously Lewis is struggling, kind of struggling, like he's gaining the confidence back, but he's kind of struggling in Mercedes, just in Ferrari, just like
Man,
that.
not anymore. Like he's right up with Leclerc, man. Like if you look at the qualifying stats, he was P5 and Leclerc was P6, so he was actually fighting with the other teams, and he's like turning out to be a better driver for Ferrari sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. But it took him time, and like that's what Carlos need. He needs to gain his confidence back. And the problem, like the difference between Lewis and Carlos here is like Lewis still went from a top team to a top team, whereas Carlos went from a top team
Yes,
to a bottom. He was like
right. That's
fighting for
true.
the podiums last year, and now he is just fighting for the last point, which is really sad.
Points. Yeah.
So the only hope that we have from Carlos is obviously 2026 is so uncertain, and Williams might get a really good car next year. So you just have to
Yes.
hold on, just like Nico did for 239 race starts, and podium would come
Yes,
again, like for
just like
Carlos.
the F1 making it a headline, you are making it a headline as well. Again and again, 239 races.
Yeah.
So that's there. But yes, yeah, that's pretty much it for the whole grid. And then we just have missed out on Yuki Tsunoda the whole race, last person to be in the like on the whole of the whole grid. Man, there is no bottom position than P15 for this race. So yeah, just a very very sad day for Yuki again.
Yeah.
Rain, man, rain can shuffle the whole grid. At
Yes.
times it was so bad ke like कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा, and like I saw the crash of Isaac Hajar and I'm like किमी को क्यों ले गया फालतू में भाई.
Yeah, it was crazy. The whole like visibly the car was not looking okay, and Hajar was I'm okay. Obviously, he was talking about himself that, and
Yes.
obviously the safety of modern F1 car is so good that even when the whole car gets crumbled, the driver is safe.
So yes, after lots and lots of technical glitches, and yes, हमारे podcast पे भी बारिश हो चुकी है.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, we have covered up almost everything. Any predictions for the Belgian Grand Prix, upcoming one?
No, that's what makes this exciting. I mean, obviously, when it comes to prediction, I'm like McLaren 1 to fix here. The third one is something we have to see. I think Lewis might get his chance back, so that's my hope. But let's see.
Yes. So it's a very similar track to British Grand Prix. So it's pretty much the same similar layout because it's like up and down. But this one is like more towards the cliffs and all. It's more like Austrian Grand Prix. So we can see some results like Austrian ones. McLaren to high, of course, top.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for us, right?
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Peace.